Rio de Janeiro. A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
One, ready?
Now a three-time 1,000-yard rusher, Joe Mixon. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Hey, gotta go.
Back to Mixon on second down. And Mixon going to have a Bengals first down as he'll get this up past the 40.
A solid pickup there by Mixon, and when he's running it this way, the Cincinnati offense takes on an extra dimension. They love to run the football and shut people down with Mixon carrying the load.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And that one caught downfield. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Burrow on play action. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. Mixon will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
On one, ready? 11 MT.
Now it's Burrow. Out to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. But that was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
3rd and goal. Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Irv Smith Jr. from 4 yards out. And the Bengals are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
go. Ready.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Ready.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
A guy coming off his best season as a pro. Here's Nick Chubb. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. But there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
Here we go.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd down and 4. Motion man is Schwartz. And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Chubb. Now he's loose down the left sideline. 60 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season. Chubb powering his way into the end zone. It's a touchdown. Now Cade York for the extra point. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. So we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move,
here we go.
I don't mind that at all, all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
We're good. 12.
Mixon with a first down carry. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
Here we go.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Here we go.
Play action. It's Burrow. He's got a man complete. Still on his feet. Inside the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there for Cincinnati. 59 yards.
Here we go.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Burrow. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
11.
They'll give it to Mixon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on second and third down here.
Here's a run with Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, a 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams trying to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A false start backs him up 5, first and 15.
Ready.
He'll pitch to Fournette. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Hey, smash! Cup 19! Cup 19! Panther 11! Panther 11!
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. There he goes, right side. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown! Nick Chubb. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Condors are back within a couple of the lead. Kevin Stefanski going to leave the offense out to go for 2. They'll look to throw. That's caught at the 1. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board.
Here we go.
As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mixon running wide side. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. Back to Mixon on second down. 55 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 40 yards.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bengals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Go.
They'll set up a throw. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. Room past the 35 and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Cougar 19.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. 2nd and 6. Escaping the pressure right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Finally, this defense makes a stand. They'd given up touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but here they said, we've got to put a stop to that. Good coverage there to force a punting situation and a 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So
it's
we reach halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports
the second half here in week 1.
Report.
We go back
Coach
to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. And they're going to speed things up here.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat, Dragon 60.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. We've got a close game. The offense has played well, but right now they've got to keep their foot on the gas.
And that carries with it an extra bit of pressure, doesn't it? As much fun as they're having right now, they're locked in, really clicking on all cylinders. They also know that if they ever miss a chance to put points on the board, they've actually put their team in jeopardy. And that's not how you want to play the game. It's supposed to be complementary football, offense, defense. But today, it's all offense for them.
Yeah, they've been playing with a sense of urgency. It's probably going to need to continue.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
11, empty.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 93 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Here we go.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And they go play action now. Burrow throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a 1st down.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Burrow giving it to Mixon on the option. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Flush to his right. And it's caught. Touchdown. Drew Sample, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Hawk 70, Hawk 7, check, check.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. A solid stiff arm. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now a good job shifting right, finding his target. He's to the 15, and he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. 36 yards on the play. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Chubb. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Nick Chubb with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Condors are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. This time, the extra point up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Still just a 2-score game in the third quarter, but they're going to go onside kick here anyway. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Mixon on the toss right. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends.
Here we go, here we go.
2nd and 16. Again, it's Mixon. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 99 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And a great return as they're finally able to to take him down. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. They set up the screen to Chubb. 7 yards there in the first down screen play.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll look to throw now on first down. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. They go up the middle with Chubb. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man. It's Schwartz complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 42. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's first and 10. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. They'll come up now, 2nd and 9.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready?
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's third down now. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
79 Broncos.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
and 1, right?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
11.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Throwing now is Joe Burrow, escaping the pressure right. But I think the ball's out, and the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way.
I know you're looking at the scoreboard clock, but we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it a cost. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
Okay, ready?
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful, because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time, because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. That one looks like he'll throw here. That is intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Here we go. Start. Ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a